Hey everyone, no major trigger warnings this week, but once again, if you ever feel unsafe or suicidal, there is a link in the description below that is an entire list of hotlines that you can call on an international level. So just take care of yourself, love yourself, and remember, you matter.
Chocolate. Good. Poor decision before hitting record.
Yep. Nope. Again, character choice.
Character choice. Wild. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Memester of the Week. Thank you for tuning in to our third Keeper's Retreat. The first one appeared here on our channel. The second one is over on $2 Creature Feature, featuring a myriad of wonderful characters and from wonderful podcasts. And today, I have some very special gifts for you. I'm Jason Myers, he, him. I run Memester of the Week. I will be everyone, everything, and everywhere. Oh no. While I have my existential crisis, please introduce your name, your pronoun, your show, and then who you're going to be and what's your deal today. Lots of little pieces of information. And I'm going to throw this over to Nathan.
I knew it was going to be me. I knew it was going to be me. And I was like trying to prepare, that last second, like, shit. What's my name? What podcast am I part of? Now my dog is barking in the background.
It's okay. This is exactly why, like, in the chat, I was like, hey, I'm going to throw this information there because I go into a fugue state when I have to do this.
I really want not just the listening audience, but also the lovely players who I'm with that, usually goes better than this, but, Saturday night or whatever, but I'll try it again. Hello, I'm Nathan, he, him. I am from the Reckless Attack podcast. We are unfortunately not a Monster of the Week podcast. In fact, we are a Dungeons and Dragons podcast, but please try not to hold that against me. I am playing one of our NPCs here this evening that I am actually very excited to play because I don't get a chance to bring them out very often because, heroes are always off doing adventures and shit and not just hanging out at home. And that's, I think, pretty rude of them, to be honest. So I will be playing Etris Pensempre, who you will meet, who is the potion smith for our guilders, who is, let's say, all about pushing the boundaries of workplace safety as much as humanly possible. But will be, I'm sure, a loyal companion here this evening.
Challenging is that idea, I think.
I assume you picked the wronged playbook and your wronged character being OSHA.
Ooh, well, I hadn't before, but I got time. Boss of the Week, you can remake characters pretty quick. I'll let everyone else introduce themselves.
And Soren.
Hello, my name is Soren. Soren Alf Correa. My pronouns are he, him. I am from the show formerly known as Good Neighbors. We are now Roll Weird, which is a bit of an adjustment, but I'm quite liking it. I'm going to be playing Jerry Jarbo tonight. He uses he, him pronouns. He is an expert pizza maker and an apprentice vampire hunter, in that order. And he will be so happy to be just included tonight.
Wonderful. I absolutely adore. As a former pizza professional myself, I look forward to the skills on display.
No pressure. You have real that's why I run fantasy games, so I don't have to know things like architecture or how to make pizzas good.
I didn't know there was gonna be a pizza.
You're telling me you don't know how to make a barbecue pork?
So I desperately Google pizza lore.
Okay, how do I lay the dough? And Rev.
I'm Rev, he, him, and I am the host and GM of the Critshow, which is a Monster of the Week actual play podcast. and I will be playing Selina, she, her. Selina is the monstrous, and on our show, she was kind of the second keeper of a prison. She was not really there by choice. She was there because her mother worked there, and the crew freed her. And she now kind of acts as a librarian for them, looking up magical information. The most notable thing about her is that human-sized, purple skin, overalls, and mouth like a lamprey. Yeah.
Just one of these.
That's good.
Yeah,
Good for an audio
which is
medium. Thank you.
Yeah. Excellent. Which is me putting my hands up to my mouth and then like wiggling my fingers a bit. And last but never least, in our hearts, Cap.
Hello, listeners. I am Cap, he, him, and I will be playing Ari Green, also he, him. I come from the show Shrimp and Crits, which I am the current GM of. We recently finished our first season, which was Monster of the Week. I will be playing my character from that first season, Ari Green. Ari has been through a lot. He recently saved the world or just Florida. That's up for debate. And now he's here, investigating new mysteries. Post-credit scene.
You find yourself in a deep wood. The trees are tall and ancient here, and you look under your feet and it looks as if you're standing on some massive branch. There's a sort of inky watercolor effect to your surroundings. You look around and you see 3 other figures standing with you on this tree. And characters, could you please describe yourselves?
From out of the mists, one of the kind of humanoid shapes kind of steps forward a little bit. And as their proportions and details kind of come a little bit more into focus, you see a long, lanky arm attached to a tall, awkward body kind of raise up and start waving enthusiastically as this person approaches. Just, hello? Anyone else? Are you shadow folks in the spooky woods? You good? Whatever. And he continues just shouting out as kind of more and more of him kind of cuts through the mist. He is a tall, blonde gentleman who is part of his face is covered with some like acid burns, and he kind of cuts up into his frizzled, wild blonde hair. He is again tall, and he is dressed presumably with what he would be dressed in a day-to-day basis, as opposed to while he's in bed, which would be a very thick leather apron, lots of various bandoliers and pouches filled with truly nonsense. And he is just kind of walking around, just trying to get anyone's attention, see what's going on.
I think Jerry Jarbo has got flour-stained face and like a marinara-stained apron, and he's got like a trash bag over one arm as he comes out of the mist. He goes, "I'm just looking for the dumpster, man. I don't even know what I'm throwing out, you guys." But I think as he starts to see other figures coming out of the mist, he's gonna instinctively go into a sort of Karate Kid crane pose and just ready himself for whatever, knowing the vampires that often hunt him and his master, Danny.
What are you doing? That is sick. Can you teach me?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, we do sort of like trade and stuff every morning. Do you have any idea where the dumpsters are? We kind of parked our truck somewhere, and then I kind of got a little snoozy.
I do not understand a lot of what you just said, but you do seem very interesting. So I will say, yes, I do.
Selina steps out from the fog. She is about 5'8", brown hair, purple skin. She is wearing jean overalls and a flannel shirt. She has large black eyes and a mouth like like a lamprey. And in one hand, she's looking oddly at a silver doorknob, kind of shaking it. I'm not quite sure how I got here. Usually when I appear places, it's not in a mist, it's through a doorway.
Phew, don't worry. He Etris turns to his new flower-covered obvious best friend. Don't worry. I think I recognize that accent. I think we're going to be all right.
I am very relieved.
Hello?
Ari, shakes the dust off of his jacket a little bit. He has a high and tight with gray curly hair on top. He looks a little bit older than each of you. He's wearing a white button-up button to the top with a vest and slacks with a thin green and purple tartan combat boots and a green combat jacket. He wears a katana pretty high on his waist. You can see over his hands and on his neck small runic scarring, and there are prominent vampire bite scars healed over on his neck. You don't have to worry, the bite didn't take.
Okay, I will trust you on the fact that you have a katana.
Exactly. What a myriad of characters with very interesting voices. Did you all summon me here?
No, but I like your presence. You got a real kind of daywalker vibe going off.
Yeah,
Sharp dress and a big katana.
I am not a vampire. I can't make that any more clear. I have fought my fair share and befriended a few.
But like, can you do any vampiric type stuff? Like, I understand, like you're either vampire or not vampire, but are you little? Like a little
No,
vampire?
certainly not. I was
cool bat wings or
trained
something?
and manipulated by the Fae my entire life. I can do magical things. If I bite you, it will just hurt the normal amount.
Well, that is good information. I don't know if that's the case with everybody here in this little group. No offense.
I imagine her bite would be a little more aggressive. It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Ari Green.
Oh, nice.
Etris, hello.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Selina.
My name is Jerry Jarbo.
Of course it is.
I love the three semi-normal people meeting a absolute war veteran. Just being like, oh yeah, this guy's a badass immediately.
Counterpoint though, I think at this point you can already group all all four members into 3 plus another thing. And is already individually, but weird little cliques are forming.
What's amazing is that you can do that for every character, where everyone
exactly.
at some point is the other thing.
I love that Selina is here, and I'm the one that is the odd man out. That's very good. We're all very open-minded. I love that very much.
You just got a very somber mode about you and a little dark cloud over your head.
Again, accent like that, you can trust.
You all sound a lot like all of my friends. This is going to be very easy.
So how the fuck did we get here? I was just going through a doorway, and then I stepped out into some mist, and that seems it's not the strangest thing that's happened, but...
Ooh, wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Have any of you recently, and I'm going to say in the last 72 hours or so, have you ingested any sort of magical potions infused with gasoline?
You said 72 hours?
Yeah, give or take. Depends on the proof, so to speak.
No, not recently, no. Is this a tree?
No, I'm just process of elimination, something I did versus what everyone else did, if there's shared kind of experiences.
No, I certainly took in some magic, but not a magic potion, and I'm positive I didn't have any gasoline in it.
What about you, Jerry?
I haven't been able to crack the code on the Manchego pizza yet, so maybe there's gasoline in that, but I've been eating nothing but that for the past 8 days.
Oh, wow.
So just in front of your group, you see a deep red stone chair. Its edges are sharp and well-defined in contrast to the soft touch of everything else here. And rising from this throne is the form of a man, but it's made up entirely of a sapphire blue flame that extends up and starts to form a crown above his head. And he looks at you with blinding white eyes and says, "Hello, and welcome to my home, strangers. I am Oberon, King of the Fae."
I bow.
Yeah, I also...
Very over the top, kind of forehead to the toes bow from Etris.
And Selina looks at everybody bowing and saluting.
Oh no.
Huh?
They did it.
Why'd you bring us here? Nice to meet you and all, but hospitality dictates, why are we here?
Hospitality dictates reason, thank you. Please, everyone, you can stand up. It's okay. I've called you here to my realm to ask a favor of you. You are all capable heroes in your own world. And Oberon holds up a small round hand mirror and gestures with it. I've foreseen a turn of fate starting here. And he waves a hand, and in the mirror you can see some of the watercolor reflection of the trees reshape, and it shows you this aerial shot of a town in the Midwest. Some of my people have gone missing in Springfield, Missouri. Missouri.
You got it.
Right.
Right the first time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my wild hunt is out and handling other matters for our kingdom. It would be of a great help if you could help me find out what's happening here. I know that I owe you nothing, and you are neither my subjects nor are you even of my world. All I can ask for you is your friendship in this and offer you a small boon.
How small a boon are we talking?
How big of a friendship are we talking? Will we have to help you move?
I mean, no, hold on. I take it back. I am technically employed as a hero, as a member of a guild, so you point me at the problem, I guess.
I'm technically dead, so I've got a lot of free time.
It's
a different story.
We will unpack that later.
Again, not a vampire.
Well, I'm certainly down. I spent most of my time lately kind of living inside of a bubble, so I ain't tracked down. So as long as he ain't here, I think this is great. I'm going to stretch my legs a bit.
I was just looking for the dumpster, but I think you might have meant to grab the other guy. I'm here though. I'll give it my go.
No, I was specific in my choice, Gary Jarbo. It's okay.
You wanted me?
Ask him about the manchego.
You want some manchego? I tried to make it.
I would love some manchego.
I made it into raviolis and I put them in my pocket before I went to the dumpster for a little midnight treat.
Fascinating and problematic. In the same breath.
I believe we accept your offer, Oberon.
Yeah, just to be clear, yeah.
just to be cool. Sorry, the manchego ravioli has really sent my brain down a rabbit
That's
hole.
Foreshadowing. That's Chekhov's ravioli.
Yeah,
that's on your character sheet.
Oh yeah,
don't forget that.
We want to be playing by the rules.
Write it down because it's invaded all of our brains.
I'm going to be running exclusively ravioli themed schemes for the rest of this game.
I mean, of course.
Wonderful, new friends. Thank you. So much for your willingness to help. And Oberon will just gently reach out his hand and kind of wave it across all of you. And as he does, the motes of flame from his fingertips separate from him and then drift over to your hands and then form a small sapphire ring around your hand, and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't even feel necessarily like heat, and it just solidifies into these sapphire bands.
Oh, good. We've got matching bracelets.
Yeah. And Oberon, just as he is doing this, says, "If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear. You can find a member of my court in Springfield at Nathan P. Murphy's downtown. He should be able to help you go in the right direction." And you all blink, and you are no longer in this space. The camera lingers here for a moment, and we see the King of the Fae return to his throne and sit down, and we see his flame diminish slightly. And you open up your eyes again, and you are standing together around mid-afternoon in a small park on the edge of the forest in Springfield, Missouri.
And for the listener, to be clear, this is just literal, right? 2023 Springfield, Missouri.
Yep.
Roughly.
Yep.
Cool.
There's some kids nearby playing Frisbee. I will... the ring that Oberon just gave you will allow some certain things to happen for you. But one of which is one time during the mystery, when you roll your die, you may increase the result of that die by 1 magnitude. So a failure would be a mixed success. A mixed success would become a full success. A full success would become an advanced success.
Does it work the opposite direction?
Oh, if you wanted to purposefully push down a result,
Just in case.
sure. I didn't think about that being a possibility, because why would you? But I could see the benefit to that to a certain degree.
Mixed successes can be fun, you know?
I love the attitude of, no, I want to fail this.
Selina, I do not wish to be rude in any regard, but you don't quite look like the locals here. Would you like a sort of glamour or anything like that to perhaps not draw attention? I am all for if you want to be yourself. I'm used to traveling with more monstrous fellows.
Oh, you think they're going to be weird about it?
We could
I
always
don't
give
see
it a
why
try
they
with
would
these
be.
kids playing around and...
Hey, kids!
There we go.
Yep, I was going to do the same. I'm glad you did.
Is it anywhere near Halloween? Or Comic-Con? Missouri Comic-Con.
So here's the thing. In Springfield, there is a yearly convention called VisionCon where there are cosplays. So it's reasonable to say
Yeah.
maybe it's then. Also, it's reasonable to say maybe it's Halloween.
A lot of Critshow fans
I'm
in
going
Missouri,
to-
I hear, that like to cosplay their characters.
Sure. Surely. I'm going to just roll a d20, and those two things take up about a fourth of the year. So I'm going to say we're going to want a 15 or higher on that d20
Perfect.
to determine how the populace is going to react to a regular monster running around without any sort of glamour or disguise going
Wow,
on.
that's really mean of you to describe Jerry.
Yeah,
that way.
guys. I got feelings too.
It's just flour. It's just flour
Ruthless.
and ravioli
Yeah.
pockets. It's not
It's
that
not that
weird. It's a little monstrous, but it's not that bad.
So ravioli pockets makes me think that the pockets are made of ravioli.
What is a ravioli if not a pocket?
Yeah.
No, Selina points at the little thing on the front of her overall. She's like, "This is my ravioli pocket." And she plucks one out and pops it in her mouth.
Am I the only one who did not bring
Also-
ravioli?
You're missing out.
Ravioli hasn't been invented yet.
The opening thing that Soren said was, I was looking for the dumpster man,
Mhm.
and he said it so close together that I was thinking the dumpster man, like the bye-bye man or something. And now I have to make that into a thing at some point in my life.
What? I mean, it could be right now. It could be right now, baby. I'm ready to chase that. Whatever.
It like entrenched in my brain so hard, I was like, I have to write this down
Of
immediately.
the trash, man.
Trash man, different thing. Hey, congratulations, it's an 18 on that d20. So it's definitely in that season. So the kids that are nearby see Selina, and they just kind of stop, and for a second they're confused, and they go wide-eyed, and they're like, "That's a really cool costume. How do you make it? How does the mouth work?"
Oh, just talk, and then it moves.
Huh? Yeah, I guess that's how mouths work.
Yeah. Costume. These I got these. Friend bought them for me, and this flannels I think is a pretty good color on me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's your color. I don't know why this like 7-year-old boy is a fashionista, but they are now.
Hey,
So,
you do you, kid.
all right, well, time to return to Frisbee.
Go play,
Yeah,
go
you-
play your games. Don't talk to strangers.
They're just
Tiddlywinks
just
or
like-
jacks or whatever it was you was up to.
fucking going and doing a Frisbee.
Yeah, get on out of here, local youth.
Go on, get.
Is it the kids who are wrong?
Okay, I was partially listening to Oberon. We're looking for...
Nathan P. Murphy's. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
That
that's
was
like a
it.
bar or like an apartment.
I want to turn real quick and look at that overly chatty kid and see if it's maybe the contact in disguise. Like, hey, wait a second, are you a fae?
Look for the pointy ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, no roll here. And Selina, you can sense magic. So you would know that this child is not magical in any way. If anyone has a phone on them, that would be of a great boon to you. Otherwise,
sending stones, or is that how does that connect to like the cell network in Springfield, Missouri?
Well, depends on your service carrier. If you have AT&T, you're probably screwed.
If you have AD&D,
Verizon's generally a bit of AD&D, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
5e coverage, etc., etc. Yeah.
What playbook is Etris?
Oh, Etris is, let me make sure that I say it right. Etris is the expert.
Okay,
good to
we
know.
should have made you the exile. The exile has like, they can be bamboozled by an elevator, or like they
Oh, don't worry, I'll still be bamboozled by an elevator. Like, to be clear,
don't worry, not a problem.
Yeah, I'll find plenty to be bamboozled by. It's just a question of how much do I, Nathan, the player and GM, want to just constantly derail the session by just being like, no, I'm not getting on this escalator. You have to explain these mystical moving stairs to me. Thank you very much. But also Etris is kind of like oh, well, this could kill me, but that seems kind of fun. So let's give it a shot.
Mr. Jarbo, do you happen to have a cellular device? Perhaps with internet capabilities.
It got some of the raviolis got on it, but yeah, it still works. I only have one pocket.
That is unfortunate. Why don't you go ahead and do a Google?
Oh shit, yeah. I'm gonna Google Frank P. Murphys and see if anything comes up. Nathan P. Murphys. I don't know why I keep saying Frank. Nathan
Google
P.
Frank just in case.
Yeah,
you never
I'll do
know.
both. Cover all bases.
First you Google Frank and you get a lot of pictures of the Punisher. Then you Google Nathan P. Murphys and you get directions to a bar downtown.
You know what I really enjoy about this is that anytime my focus drifts for even a half a second, we say the name of our contact and I'm like, oh, they're talking about me, Nathan, the non-fictional human. Sick.
I know you all were expecting like Puck, but no, it's going to be a real fourth wall breaker of one of the players as the contact.
I take over.
That would be an excellent like secret GM thing. Start a session as one GM.
I'm the dumpster man.
If we really want to expedite, I can kind of tear through like space and we can just be there. Or we could walk or take a taxi.
Bus, but yeah.
Nope. First one, please.
Interdimensional shift seems pretty radical.
I think we've already done a little bit of interdimensional shifting today, but I've met Oberon before and that was not him. But anyway, everybody stand back at least 2.5 feet.
Wait, that's not here. Oh, wait. Whoa. We got back up on that for a second.
It's not the Oberon I know. It is perhaps an Oberon.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's definitely like lots of dimensions and worlds.
Yeah, you can tell by the crown.
I'm sorry, I was promised to tear in the fabric of maybe space and time. We can talk and
I can't promise time, but I can definitely do space.
When I hear the phrase, everybody stand back, that's very exciting. So please.
All right, well, hopefully this works. It usually works pretty well. I'm going to use one of my rotes. It's called Tear Through. On a 10+, the tear opens and allows passage. I just need to know where I'm going or see it, but we have Google instructions. I'm sure there's a road view. On a 7 to 9, the tear opens, but I pick a glitch. And on a miss, the tear opens, but to the least fortunate place. Is that okay with you, Mr. Keeper?
Yeah, I'm thinking of what the least fortunate place would be in this situation.
Isn't that fun? I shouldn't fail. I have a +3 to weird.
Speaking as someone who's been near Springfield, Missouri a few times,
right back where we started.
Being in Springfield, Missouri is already not ideal. And you go more towards the middle of Missouri, and then it just gets worse. So, I don't know.
I'm going to...
It gets more desolate as you go.
Take out my katana and cut a swath in the air in front of me, trying to open this tear. And I'm going to roll plus weird. See? That's not too bad. That is 6 on the dice. +3 is a 9. The tear opens, but I pick a glitch.
Can I help?
I'm not the boss.
On a 9. How would you possibly do this? Because this is a
Fair enough.
interaction of, hey man, you're the one who took no limits instead of use magic. Anyone with magical capability absolutely can, but you have to figure out the how.
The extent of my plan was posing dramatically behind to offer
That does always help.
moral support.
Offering moral support or throwing some more raviolis at it.
I guess depending on if the glitch would have been like drawing extra attention, I think he would have turned to the kids and be like, and that, kids, is the power of cosplay. Just to like offer an explanation, but if that doesn't help, I also understand why it wouldn't. So
I was in fact going to pick the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention because I adore that glitch.
but also Nathan
All
can
right.
help if that also works. That's fine with me.
I mean, hey, I'm not going to take away from you shouting at children to say, no, children, everything is fine. Don't worry about it. Which is what every parent loves to hear from their child, that a stranger screamed at them earlier that day. So I'm all for it.
First, a sort of squid monster came at me, and then I had an awakening of all relative time and space.
Oh no. Yeah. I'm gonna say unfortunately not.
Fair enough.
As far as helping out. The immediate unwelcome attention, you are noticed.
That's fine. It's not my universe.
Things are aware of you to a certain degree.
So yeah, I tear open this green tear, and through it you can see Nathan's. I suppose I'll go first if you're all uneasy about walking through a passage. I'll take one step through it and stand on the other side.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, I'll moonwalk on through that.
The image of you moonwalking backwards into a portal and then appearing backwards, moonwalking into a parking lot of this red brick bar is just wonderful. You see a large red door in front of you. You're able to just walk right into the bar, and what you see is a pretty humble place, probably like a 200 person capacity, medium-sized stage opening out into a room of tables and chairs with a little bit of a sound bar at the back, and then a bar that is just like romantically lit and clearly well loved, with tons and tons of memorabilia on the wall of different acts that had been there over the years and things like that. So you step in and you pop your head into Nathan P. Murphy's, and behind the bar you see a man. I don't know how else to describe this character. There's a man tending the bar in like your typical just like shirt, t-shirt and jeans, but he has a squid for a head, and so he's of course picking up glasses and washing them with his hand, and then also picking up glasses and washing them with his tentacles. And he has food safety gloves on the ends of his tentacles for the sake of cleanliness.
You said it was afternoon, correct?
Yeah, it's mid-afternoon.
Okay, so not the busiest time for a bar.
I don't even have to check with those kids.
Seems like we fit in just fine. Excuse me, hello.
Oh yeah. Hey, we're not quite open yet. Can I help you with anything?
I appreciate how nonchalantly he answered our motley crew.
You know, man.
I'm
an octopus person. I'm not going to see this and blink.
There was like this king kind of guy.
Blue fire, made of blue fire.
Oh,
yes.
Wow, you guys met Oberon, huh? All right.
And now we're here. To be honest, I was more concerned about the blue fire part, and so some of the salient details have maybe slipped. Exactly what we were doing here. If anyone else could,
I think we probably all show our wristband, our blue fire wristband.
Oh, okay.
We're supposed to be finding a contact. Is that you?
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Oberon's made you guys are friends. Wonderful. Yeah. I reported to Oberon about a couple of our buddies haven't been back to the bar in a few days, and this is kind of a place that the Fae and the weird and the magic around here kind of like to hang out. And so we haven't seen anybody a couple people in a little bit, and we haven't seen them at their places. So yeah,
Would you mind if we had a seat?
yeah, please have a seat at the bar. I'll get you a drink. We can do drink orders if you want.
I feel like you're very good at making it dark and stormy.
Absolutely.
Kraken, fuck.
Yeah, Tim stops and picks up the necessary things. Makes it dark and stormy for Cap. Pours like 3/4 glass of Kraken and Coke for Jerry.
Oh yeah, it's whatever the house special is. I think all around.
Picks up some Merlot. It was like,
Oh God.
not today, old friend. Yeah, makes everybody drinks. And is kind of just leaning over the bar and talking to you guys. Yeah. My name's Tim. Our friend Joe hasn't been in for a while, and we haven't been able to find him. Last time we saw him was a few days ago, and he went out for a walk in the area, and he hadn't been back since.
Is he also like an octopus? I don't know a better way to say it.
Well, yeah, no, an understandable assumption.
I'm new here. I apologize.
We were all part of the same crew. I'm Octopus Tim.
I'm human already. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there on the tin.
Right there on the tin.
Yeah, no, you can't miss him. His name's Sharkhand Joe, and you can assume.
Sharkhand Joe.
Yeah, that's why. It's almost kind of like getting one of those little like toy puppets for kids, except he can process things through that. It's terrifying to a certain degree.
So it's like it's like an independent sentient creature.
On his hand?
He's got 2 brains.
See, that's a whole other level. That's a whole other level of thing that I'm going to have to work through in my brain now.
Does it eat without his knowledge?
Ooh.
That tells us if it's got its own
Can
brain.
his hand breathe underwater?
No, my hand
can breathe. My hand can breathe underwater, so I assume he's probably okay.
Interesting.
I hear little like dice clapping in the background, and so I'm imagining that Jason is rolling to determine if the hand can breathe underwater.
You are correct. It was a 17. The hand can definitely breathe underwater. I don't think it has 2 brains.
It could have an independent nervous system, though. You know, that's
obviously.
a different situation.
I'm excited to really get into this with Sharkhand Joe.
Me too.
Yeah, we're really getting into the biology of these characters today. Yeah, Sharkhand Joe's been out for a little bit. There's been a couple sprites and things like that just haven't been in a while. And when we went over to their place, so didn't look like they had been there in a couple days either. So we're kind of sending up the alarm, like, hey, maybe something's going on, because suddenly Fae are disappearing around here, and that's not usual.
Would it be at all possible for you to perhaps write down on this napkin the address of where they typically reside?
Yeah, absolutely. And
it's so we can tear a hole in space-time.
It does help.
yeah, he'll grab a napkin and pull out a pen, write down the address for you, pass it across the bar. We're gonna get a lot of portals in this investigation, I'm realizing. Like,
It beats Uber.
beats Uber out. That's for damn
Fucking
sure.
surge prices.
Saves you on money too. Can you imagine getting an Uber X for this group?
Especially once we pick up Sharkhand Joe. He's a menace.
I left my wallet at home.
He'll drive for us.
We're going to need a bigger Uber.
That's his side hustle.
Thank you.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. Yeah, no, I got it.
Excuse me, Octopus Tim, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Have there been any disturbances or strange people in your bar?
No stranger than usual as far as people coming by the bar. But lately we've been hearing more and more about animal attacks going on, but inside the city, generally the wildlife tries to stay out of the city limits and all of that. Well, with all the cars and the highways and everything like that going on.
You said that there was some other sprites and stuff that went missing. I don't suppose any of them happen to have animalistic features as well.
Oh yeah, quite a lot of us fade. I mean, you would know. We're taking parts from lamprey or a deer or a dog or something like that. A lot of us kind of get mixed in with the natural element around here.
And how does the mundane population react to all of you? Is it copacetic? Are you hidden?
Oh yeah, they don't tend to bother us.
Do they know of your existence?
No.
Okay.
No,
very
Oberon
good.
keeps a nice little veil up for us. That kind of keeps us hidden from sight, and if somebody sees us, it's one of those blink and you miss it kind of things.
Oh, can we just see you because of these bracelets?
Yeah, pretty much. You've been marked as a friend of ours.
Oh.
And since you're our friends, we can trust you with our existence, essentially.
Do we know if these bracelets also make us look, well, whatever this place's definition of normal is?
Let me look at the reflection in our drinks or behind the bar.
Everyone better have
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Everybody stares at Ari.
Secret vampire. This is how you find out.
I shouldn't have led with the vampire bites. I realized that was misleading.
No, it's
Yeah.
important.
It
You
is.
know, that's something you don't want
Exactly.
people
I
wondering
figured
about
I'd,
later.
you know.
It's like, so how do we bring up those puncture wounds in the neck? You know,
Yeah,
that's
right.
not how you build trust.
Yeah, address it up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like my whole thing is hunting those. So,
Yeah, my friend's dad was a vampire lord. We killed him. He was kind of a dick.
have you heard about Santa Claus? He's a vampire too, I guess, according to my mentor guy. Anyway,
A
I
wealth
don't
of
know how all
knowledge
the
you
lore
are.
works out on that, but
Yeah, no, you see across the bar, you see everyone's reflection as they are. And so you can safely assume, like, okay, so we can see fey things, but we are not disguised or anything like that. We are not hidden.
Well, I suppose we could sit at this bar all day and trade stories of Santa Claus and vampires and all that, or we could continue our investigation. I'm down for either, I'll be honest.
Oh, I think forward momentum, onward and
Excellent.
upward.
Does anyone
Hell
have to use
yeah.
the restroom before we go? It's been a long journey.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yep, right call. Wait, do we go all at once? Is that weird? Is that what's the done thing here?
Well, how do you do it where
Yeah,
you're
what?
from?
It varies from society to society. We don't, it differs. We live in a broken fantasy world after an apocalypse, et cetera, et cetera. You understand?
I can see how that would lead to group pissing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
confused about.
some people do some different things, is what I'm saying.
I didn't
I'm
know I could
following those
derail a
lines.
game so quickly by asking if anyone needed to use the restroom.
This is the rich fiction that we're offering.
Yeah.
We're talking about, can hands breathe and do we pee together? Very
We
reasonable.
all go pee together
my
and then we head
opinion.
out to go find the residents, obviously.
Pissing's not
Wild.
a solo sport.
Feywild, even.
Can I ask, is some sort of a magical disguise, is that a possible thing in the use magic category of life? I didn't see it listed. It's a little bit of it could be classified as a big magic.
I would drop that
using a phrase off the
under-
top of my head, but
I would drop that under beyond human limitations to be able to just like change your appearance at
The
will.
broadest category.
Yeah. Generally, in the way that I kind of do things, use magic can do probably too much. But that's also the spirit of the game and what's going on. So if that is something that is wanted at any point, that's probably what it would roll under.
yeah, it's mostly the lamprey person that we want to make sure that, like, I don't care, Etris is whatever, but just in case, depending on how far away from Halloween we have canonically established we are.
Listen, you all got some awful big concerns about my looks. I'd like you to lay off of me.
I do apologize, Selina. You are beautiful.
I think you look great. I'm actually very into it.
Okay, we don't need to go that far.
It's not needing.
My best friend is a crocodile person, so I promise you.
Y'all just keep saying interesting stuff, and we're supposed to be leaving this bar.
I know,
cannot
I apologize.
ask you about your crocodile friend right now. Thank you very much. We need to go. Let's go. Slicey rip tear through the
Let's not
portal.
do it inside the bar, just in case.
Yeah, out back to the parking lot doing the.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it. It's a quick means of travel.
Is there a dumpster there?
Is there a dumpster there? Very
Outback?
important.
Oh, there is a dumpster.
You know,
Do you still have your
Have you
trash?
been
can?
carrying
of course
trash
I
this
do.
whole time?
Yeah. Yeah.
thought
Let's
that
go.
smell
Jerry, I
was
think your
Etris.
quest is complete.
Time for me to
I
go
don't know
home.
what I don't know what effects intraplanar trash disposal has on the multiverse. You might
Butterfly
want to roll
I
for
might
it.
just,
I don't know.
yeah, I might just keep it with me just to make sure I don't accidentally introduce them to
raviolis and
crypto
trash.
coins. Maybe they don't have those here.
Yeah, it's like you're visiting a national park. You know, you don't leave your
yeah,
trash
I'll just bring
there
this.
where you don't belong. Like that's not your house.
Yeah, I'll just bring this along.
Yeah, well, inside of Memester, we live in a fantasy fiction where a lot of bad things haven't happened, including probably crypto coin. So don't put that evil on me.
Jerry, if you could pull up that residence on Google Maps, it would help with the tear significantly.
Sure thing, boss.
Thank you so much. Please don't call me that. I'm going to go ahead and roll tear through again, if that's okay with you, Sir Keeper.
Yeah, absolutely. And I if Jerry's actually looking up the location on his phone, then yeah, we can totally count that as a help out
Oh,
if it is
beautiful.
necessary.
we'll
Hell
see.
yeah.
Let's see. That is 5, 6, 7 on the dice. Plus 3 is 8, 9, 10.
Wonderful.
We've got it. The tear opens and allows passage. Okay, I'll
Get
go
where
through
you
first
want to
again.
be.
Watch your step.
The novelty's worn off. I'm not moonwalking.
I know. If you touch the edges, there's going to be some slight spaghettification.
Oh boy.
I'm just kidding.
I will not make a
Yeah,
rowdy
I wanted to so bad.
Continue with this adventure.
Oh, it was burning
We
me.
will keep going.
Ravioli.
I'm not doing it. We're there. We're at the place, Jason. The thing happens. We're there.
You wake up startled in the middle of the night, convinced that there's something out there in the darkness. Your brain tells you that there's nothing to be afraid of, that the inhuman shape in the corner of your room is just your laundry piled on a chair. But as you hear the ghostly, ragged breathing that doesn't belong to you, you realize your brain is dead wrong. If you love the mix of horror, mystery, and comedy in shows like Buffy, Ash vs. the Evil Dead, or Supernatural, you'll feel right at home on The Crit Show, a Monster of the Week actual play podcast where the players, playing as themselves, are tasked with being the last line of defense from the forces of evil that go bump in the night. Join us every Wednesday and learn the games we play while the gang tries their best to solve the mysteries, hunt the monsters, and protect the innocent. Their intentions are good. Their dice rolls, not so much. You can find The Crit Show at thecritshowpodcast.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hello and welcome back to Memester of the Week for Keeper's Retreat 3. I'm so excited that you guys finally get to hear this. Obviously, we just had a trailer for the Crit Show. Most of us in the Monster of the Week community kind of owe the Crit Show for putting us on and like teaching us the game in a very real sense. And so just being able to work together with them and all of these shows has been fantastic. We had the Crit Show, Reckless Attack, Shrimp and Crits, and then of course also Roll Weird, formerly Good Neighbors. These 2 episodes I've been thinking about since we recorded them. It's just so fun, so interesting, so thematic, and so many consequences. from this set of episodes. So I just hope you guys enjoy it so much. If you aren't already, come hang out with us on social media, on Twitter or Blue Sky or Tumblr at Memester of the Week Pod. Also, come be unhinged with us in the actual place Discord server. Shrimp and Crits are there as well as $2 Creature Feature, Pest Control, a ton of other Monster of the Week APs, and then also not Monster of the Week APs. But just a lot of cool people, and absolutely worth you coming and hanging out and having fun with us. We are still streaming. We're streaming monthly on Twitch, so come check out Streamster of the Week. We've been playing Inscription, we've been playing Nancy Drew, and if you missed those streams, you can always catch up with the VODs on YouTube. So come and celebrate Gek with us and marvel at how unhinged Nancy Drew storylines are. We also have stickers on Ko-Fi made by the wonderful L Rhymes with Hell. They're beautiful. Put them on any piece of local establishment, any private property that you may or may not own, or just show them to your friends and say, hey, this is weird, I like it. Rate and review us on the podcatchers of your choice. It would be super helpful, and telling people that you like this thing is the best way for people to know about that thing. Shout it from the rooftops, and love the things that you love. That's a lot of information, and it always is, and it's a huge rundown, but thank you for sticking through, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.
You're here at this apartment complex. You are able to find the apartment, and the door is unlocked.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's probably not good.
I think it's obvious I should go first.
Jerry, you're up. Please go ahead. Lead the group.
The ambassador of the group, the diplomat.
I'm gonna push that door open. I do make the sound effect in world.
As you open the door, you seem that the room seems to have been tossed a little bit, as if someone had been looking for something.
It's clear the room has been tossed a little bit, as if someone was looking for something.
Like a pizza dough.
You and I think exactly alike. That is crazy. Normally, I feel like this is the point where someone starts investigating. I mean, I could, but it's not. I didn't finish my online course on that, so.
Oh, I've been known to ransack and or analyze ransacks in my day. I can give it a look-see.
I've watched a lot of Sherlock Holmes, so maybe I could offer a sort of Robert Downey Jr. style flair.
A mind palace, if you will.
Yeah.
I understood some of those words, but it sounds great.
Just Robert Downey Jr. That's all you got.
Yep, that's the only crossover between this and the D&D world.
Yeah, Nathan, if you're looking to investigate anything, please.
I would like to investigate a mystery. It seems like a mystery, aka what happened here, kind of
Yeah.
situation. I rolled a 7.
All right. Well,
in total.
that gives you one question. Do you want it to be what happened here?
That seems like a reasonable place to start. Well, then again, what happened here is it got ransacked,
Right.
I suppose. So if the answer is more specific than it got ransacked, then I would love if that were my question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Describe to me how you do this.
Oh, it is whatever actually the kind of like haphazard, nonsensical backcountry version of Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes investigation, where it's like it is, kind of like that moment of freeze frame of just looking at everything and then just like kicking a pile of clothes over and then just nodding. Interesting. And then like licking something off of a countertop. Interesting. And just building a profile through doing very unscientific or traditionally unscientific things that, they don't give you a diploma for, but, still get the job done. Thank you very much.
Right. As you're going through this apartment, looking at the couch, kicking over a pile of dirty clothes, investigating their television and gaming setup, because wonders never cease for you, you find a couple things that are out of place. Not the least of which are some puncture holes in the drywall that are kind of spread out.
Wall vampires.
And some claw marks kind of tearing up the couch and the dining table. It looks like some sort of animal was just let loose in here.
Y'all, claw marks, some kind of bitey marks. Looks like it wasn't so much a ransacking necessarily, more of like a confined attack situation.
Any like blood?
No, you don't find any blood here.
I don't think so.
Do the bite marks have multiple rows of bites in them?
So it is holes in the drywall of this apartment wall that this person will never get their deposit back on this place because of it. And it is few circular holes that are kind of unevenly placed with varying levels of depth of field, essentially. So some go fully through the drywall and some are just like denting it to a certain degree.
Listen, I am a quickest point between A and B is a straight line kind of person. Is there any... You said there was a TV in this room, right?
Yep.
I just need something reflective. I am going to try to use magic to view another time.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
10 on the dice plus 3 is a 13. I am going to, with my hands, make the shapes of some fey runes in the air, and the TV is going to buzz to life with some green static, and the reflection of what happened in the room previously is going to play back.
Yeah, you see, what you see is the room is reflected for a bit in the TV. And so you see the couch, you see the setup of the living room moving into the kitchen. You see Sharkan Joe come out of his bedroom in the back.
Thank God.
Drink a glass of water, get his keys and start getting ready to leave.
How is he
does
drinking
do
the
this?
glass of water?
To clarify, now that you can see Sharkan Joe, only one hand is a shark. If Sharkan Joe drank a glass of water, would he drink it like this through his human mouth, or would he pour it down the shark
water?
mouth?
God. Guys, we've been playing for an hour. We
I
can't
know,
resort
I'm so
to
curious.
observational comedy of Jerry Seinfeld, kind of like 1980s, if it happened, would it be like this? No, we can't.
Oh, no.
We can't.
Oh, no.
We've got to wait for at least the sequel episode.
I apologize.
no.
Please go on.
I'm afraid. He's found out my secret. My secret's that it's all observational humor, which is very unfortunate. So yeah, you see him going through a kind of normal day-to-day life, and you see him open the door and then get tackled by this creature. You don't really know what to call it. You see a rack of deer antlers, but this thing is much smaller than what a deer would be. And it tackles Sharkan Joe, and then you wild.
I can't not laugh at that.
Tackle Sharkan Joe. This is what you get for naming a character on the spot mid-session. Is you get stuck with things like this.
No way. If Sharkan Joe has 1,000 fans, I am
Exactly. Me too.
Sharkan Joe so has one fan, I am that one. If he has no fans, I am dead.
Excellent. Yeah, it tackles Sharkan Joe, and you see him. You can't see what grabs him because the creature kind of jumps off and is just starting to patrol the room, and you can see that it has lizard-like claws in the front and a long snouted face. and so more like reptilian features, but it is covered in this like dark, almost like oil slick kind of fur, as it is patrolling through this room and sniffing around for something. And it just kind of goes wild around the room for a bit, causes a little bit of damage. And Sharkhand Joe, who had been knocked out, is dragged off screen, out of the purview, and then the creature follows along with him as they leave.
Oh, so something else dragged him out, not the creature.
Yeah, something else dragged him out.
Well, that was terrible. Etris, I apologize. That's a television. They don't normally do that.
Oh, do you think I could take this? No. I should leave it. Never mind. Go ahead. Television.
Selina, have you seen any sort of creature like that before?
No, it looked like it was, well, one of them was looking for something. I sure didn't see it get a hold of anything. And Selina, like, opens her mouth, and it's like she's scenting the air. I'm trying to get a sense of if there's anything in this apartment that I might be able to grab that thing that was looking for missed.
Yeah, I'm trying to determine whether or not this should be a roll.
Well, and it can be, I could also do this as a literal trust your gut.
Nice.
Because that's my alternate weird move.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you want to go that direction of that, trust your nose, but
The nose knows.
I am sort of brimming with magic if you'd like me to leave the room.
Oh yeah, I have a few things that would set off some.
We'll go
magic
watch the door.
detectors, if you get what I mean.
You and Jerry.
no, it's great. It makes me feel nice and strong. I hope your magic is strong because I am just kind of slowly feeding off of it just by being near.
That's totally fine. I've got enough to go around.
Great. That's my favorite kind of magic.
Sort of sounds like a magic vampire to me.
Listen, I need to get your head off of vampires.
Yeah, you got a real obsession with vampires, all because he got.
I have one thing. Just let me have it.
I understand if that's your specialty, but don't be looking to stab your teammates because we can do things that are similar.
Wooden stakes will
I
still
like you,
hurt
Jerry,
us.
but I don't want this to turn into some weird, like, personal fight between all of us.
You
and
up.
fake vampires.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think we can all say doing this sort of business. I don't know your dark backstories, but there's some traumas, I think, when it comes to doing this sort of thing. So we'll just all be working on ourselves to continue to check our prejudices at the door for any sort of vampires, dead, undead, etc.
Yeah, I'm not even like a full member yet, so like it's not that big a deal.
I'm sure you'll be a great one day.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I make like $12 an hour right now. Plus
give me
tips.
that. Trust your gut.
Is that a lot?
Is that a lot? I don't.
Yeah, what's that to gold?
I do also get paid into balloons, which is the currency conversion is quite tough.
12.
Ooh. Oh, excellent. So I can tell you where you should go, and it will be important. You get +1 on the way to this place.
Okay.
This is the cheesiest possible thing I can think of, but it is the good answer to this too. So Selina, you are sniffing around, trying to get a sense of what magic is here, and flares up wildly around Ari. There's a latent sense of magic here because this is someone's domain. But then you catch with something different, and you look by the door, just like tucked right into the corner, just behind the doorway, and you see a little business card that seems to have fallen out of someone's pocket. And you pick it up, and you see that it says Pythian Castle on it.
Yeah, there's something coming off of this. It's different from what we've encountered so far. I wonder if whoever grabbed our friend Sharkhand Joe, I wonder if this belongs to them.
Jason, based off of both the replay and kind of my crime scene investigation, does that track? Like, would this be something that kind of over the course of this kind of altercation where it's like, oh yeah, they tumbled right there, and so it makes sense maybe that they had dropped something, like any of that sort of context clues?
Yeah, I mean, the way that you saw Joe get dragged away. Sorry, Shark Hand Joe. I have to use his proper name.
Yeah, but
Very short adjective.
It's a title.
Yeah,
Thank you.
he was. It's like being knighted.
His proper Christian name.
I'm gonna get a Shark Hand Joe tattoo.
I'm gonna cosplay Shark Hand Joe.
Except it's just gonna say the words Shark Hand Joe. It's not gonna be a picture.
Amazing. So the way that you saw Shark Hand Joe get dragged away, like obviously he went through the doorway. So what you can probably assume is that whatever grabbed him had to like lean over and grab his ankles to start to drag him. And so presumably something could have fallen out of like a jacket pocket at that point.
Seems like it tracks.
We are getting a lot of addresses today. This is very easy.
And we will never use them again because we are not from here, but so it goes.
There might be like equivalent versions in some of our worlds. This could come up if I'm ever in Missouri.
Field of Springs, Missouri.
I do hate to ask
You really
this.
said that sounding like a guy who does not want to go to Missouri at all.
I'm from Kansas City, so no.
Understandable. I do deeply love Springfield. As a side note, I do love this town. I know it's shit, but it's my shit.
Sure.
Yeah, it really just running coverage. I get it. I understand. Covering bases.
Etris, I see your potions and portents. Selina, you look like a weapon on your own. Jerry, do you have anything to protect yourself if things get... There's a knife block over there if you need something, or like a
Jerry
a
pulls
rolling
out
pin.
his rolling pins,
Okay.
which in game
figured.
is fighting sticks from Initiate's ancient fighting weapons. And he
don't know
pulls
what I
out of the
expected.
trash bag a crossbow because he always stays strapped.
Were you gonna throw that out?
Well, if you gotta hide it, and then I threw out the last one. I did forget to take it out last time, but this time I was gonna remember. You gotta
You
keep
were an
my
enigma
surprise.
wrapped
That's
in a
lesson
mystery.
one.
I appreciate it.
You should see some of the other shit that's in this bag, man. I don't know why they wanted to get rid of it. I think we were just weighed down. So
You're like a millennial Santa Claus. I'm loving it.
don't you dare call me Santa Claus. That bastard is an evil man who has killed hundreds of people over his time. He is a manic. Our greatest enemy, the dread Saint Nick.
What was the business card too? It was a good name.
Pythian Castle
Pythian
I love
Castle.
a castle.
These are all also real places.
with real squid people. If you go and check,
Go check it out. Give them some business.
yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been to a castle. Should we make
Yeah,
haste?
do you have like a limit on how much you could do that portal thing? Should we like take a bus?
No, absolutely
Or,
not.
like-
I can do this all day.
Yeah, and we already met one king. Is there like a protocol for like? Is this like a duke situation?
If you bow,
Or
you should
like,
be fine. That's pretty much. They all like that
Okay.
a lot. Yeah.
Again, a lot going on back home, so that it's always good to check.
It's probably just like a museum curator though, so they're probably like chill as hell.
That's a very interesting and unique.
Did you
approach to
Google it
monarchy.
already? Do you know it's a
I'll have to think
museum?
about that.
No, but I just kind of figured there wouldn't be still like guards and stuff, seeing as how we're in Missouri. But let's Google this place.
I'm going to have to ask you to investigate a mystery. I'm going to have to require a roll for you to get usable knowledge on this. I
Me,
think
Jerry Jarbo.
It's a different Google in this multiverse.
It's a goggle.
The algorithm's a little different. You gotta,
Jerry Jarbo is on it. Oh shit, where'd that go? That's a 1 and a 2 and a 0 sharp.
Perfect.
rough.
Guys, I don't know what website this is, but there's a lot of pixelation, and I don't know how I got here.
Your phone is making some very interesting noises right now.
Oh, but I think Octopus Tim is in it.
I'm gonna just insert my cover of Marvin Gaye's "What's Get It On," so I have the copyright to it. Just right there. That'll be fine. Jerry, as you are looking at this very interesting website, so many pages pop up in succession, and then your phone just shuts off.
Gosh, shit. There's ravioli in the charging port again. This always happens.
You're gonna have to take it to a technician to get it fixed.
You mean Shark Hand Joe's gonna have to take it to a technician?
Maybe if you put it in rice.
Well, I think my phone's kind of fucked for now.
You did your best, Jerry.
Well, I'm all about experiential learning. I found books and such to be, for me, kind of a hindrance because they tell you a lot of what not to do. You understand? So I think we should just get there and we'll figure it out as we go.
I would have to agree with you, Etris.
Let's rock, shock, and drop cock. I didn't think that one through, you guys.
I don't like that at all. I
beg your pardon.
Is that like a battle cry where you're from, or like a spell? Are you weaving some sort of protective spell around us?
I don't know what came over
Cap,
me.
you just go ahead and roll that portal for me.
The portal's so loud I couldn't hear what you said.
Probably for the best.
That's 9 + 3. I'm unstoppable.
Oh my god. Amazing.
It's once we get into the shit that I'm gonna roll all snake eyes.
Right.
Traveling I can do.
Yeah, like we're walking around with like medieval potionsmith and like lamprey lady, and whatever Jerry's got going on, and you have an aura of kind of, I'd imagine, just general kind of exhaustion and sadness. And so us not being on the streets, like you've already
Missouri has enough of that. We don't need to add anymore.
Right.
General exhaustion and sadness. Yep.
To the castle.
To the castle. Ooh, there was a nice reverb on that. So you come out to this lawn of a marble castle that is surrounded by some neatly trimmed grounds and trees. It's gotten kind of later in the day now. It's around sunset. And the floodlights illuminating the castle from the outside that are normally on are off. And you can see from the front entrance that there has been some signs posted that says closed for renovations.
Is this a castle? What level of castle is this? Is this like magic castle?
There is a picture of it.
I like pictures.
On our map in the top left corner. It's pretty castle-y, to be real. I'll enlarge this. It's pretty castle-y. A lot of brickwork. Stone inlays. Looks
it's a little stumpy, but I see the appeal. Kind of an aesthetic castle.
Yeah,
I get
it's more a spiritual castle than it is a practical castle, if you will.
Oh, okay. I found it. Very cool.
I mean, I take one vial of this acid that I have right here. I'm melting right through that rock. There's no runes on it or nothing. So, in case that needs to happen, we're laying siege, etc. I got it taken care of. Not much of a castle.
There is a door right there, but if worse comes to worse, I imagine I would love to see that.
Yeah, I'm just giving options. Or just if we want to have fun, whichever. I'm not, we got stuff to do. I understand.
Yeah. So Pythian Castle just looms in front of you. What do you guys want to do?
What time of day is it at this point? Is it
evening?
It's about sunset.
Okay.
Perhaps we should
solid dusk.
Split up and look for clues. Is that a reference where you all come from? It's a reference.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, but more for us, we're more split. We're more of a don't split the party kind of rule system, so to speak.
It's encouraged here. They encourage it.
But yeah, if that's how y'all handle things, I understand. Yeah, let's give it a try.
Who wants the Jarbo team?
I didn't know a nice way to say who wants to go with Jerry, so thank you.
No,
Come on.
no.
Jerry, come on.
I think the obvious pairing is Selina and Ari for the serious investigators,
Very good.
and then Jerry and Etris for the Scooby and Shaggy hijinks.
Still a couple of Jarb heads.
So perhaps two of us should go around the back and two of us should find our way through the front door. The DM is nodding, so sounds like a great
Hey man,
plan.
I'm not in this conversation.
Somewhere Octopus Tim nods.
Well, I don't know. Again, I don't know the local customs of this particular kingdom of the Fields of Spring. So why don't I'll go around back and sneak in, and then you guys can do kind of the whatever various handshakes, rituals, kissing of rings, trials of kind of athleticism, whatever's kind of required of you, and then do that good. And then in case we get caught, you can bail us out.
Were you joking about sending stones? Because that would be very useful right now.
Unfortunately, I left it on my sleeping body.
Oh, okay.
Apparently.
I could check my trash bag for walkie-talkies.
I don't.
That's a preparedness roll if I've ever heard
Beautiful.
I did take
maybe check it for
preparedness.
sanitizing wipes as well.
I will do. I took preparedness, which is a sharp-based move, and I have 0 sharp, so this is
a big success. Is you do get the walkie-talkies, but it is covered in ravioli sauce.
7.
And there we go.
All
right. Well, they're a bit slimy, but just hold them tight, I guess.
Still good.
Perfect.
It'll keep.
And then once
Put
we're
it in my
around the
pocket.
back, these squares can't tell us not to use the acid on the castle.
I know what I was doing. I knew I picked the right partner. I was thinking Jetris was our investigating team
I love
name,
it.
but I'm open to
I love a
ideas.
portmanteau. Let's do it.
Etri, maybe? I don't know. We'll workshop it as we go around.
Etrarbo.
Fascinating stuff, gentlemen. We'll see you in a
this is
little
all
bit.
very within your shot.
It's a solid foreground Selina and Ari just chatting in the background kind of vibe. Let's go with Etris and Jerry as you guys are circling around
Jetris.
the back of the building.
All right, so we're going for more of a Three Stooges, kind of set piece. Got it. For the whole infiltration. Great.
I've never really used acid before. What do you think we should do?
Well, we gotta. I think we should just walk around, kind of get a feel for the perimeter. Again, I cannot stress enough that, especially now that you are working in close proximity, this thing will literally eat through anything, given enough kind of time and the right situation. But there's a few things that would be ideal to kind of put it on, just to keep things quick and less toxic. So let's just kind of get lay of the land here around back, see if there's any other additional doorways, any windows, any particularly thin walls, what have you.
I was so confident. I am 100% on board. Let's do this.
Oh, I have broken into and destroyed a few buildings in my day, so we're in good hands.
Let's rock.
Don't say it again.
I can't say that was my only catchphrase.
Etris, please.
We'll workshop it. We'll get you one.
Roll a read a bad situation for me.
Medium. A 9.
A 9. Okay.
Can I help out?
So you get. Yeah, you can absolutely help out. How would you do that?
If this is just looking around, I'm doing exactly what Etris told me to do. I am following that direction to a T because I am
continuing to
a
look
natural born follower.
Yep.
And then, that's a 6 and a 3. It's like a 9, and then helping is cool, which is 1. So that is a 10. And then,
hey, there we go.
Yeah. I have helping hand, which adds 2, but I guess an 11 doesn't really help.
All right, so yeah, because of that, Etris, you get hold 3 on your read a bad situation. The questions are: what's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims?
I think it's just going to be what's the bet? I think Etris is going to do the like, no, he's too headstrong. He just wants to get in. He'll figure out how to get a way out as it presents itself. So first question, how to get in?
Yeah, you see a small basement cellar door located like middle back of the building.
Etris holds a hand out and kind of like silently like does the shush motion and then points over in that direction. But is also then kind of immediately into alert mode and is curious about any dangers that we haven't seen yet.
Interesting. Yeah, you look around and up into just looking on like the back half of the building. And for a brief second, you think you see someone standing in a window. And the next second that you look there, no one's there.
Oh, real quick. Do you know if this castle is haunted? Not a deal breaker. Just it's good going in to know. Because there was a person who's up and then wasn't up.
I mean, the search results were pretty fucking haunted, so I don't know if that is an indicator for the general vibe of this place. But if it's a ghost, I'm sure we could, kick it in the dick and run. So as good as any, mortal man.
Hell yeah. We start approaching. Do I need to ask the third question now? Do I hold on to it for a second?
You can hold on. I don't feel like there's a lot more information that you can
That's kind of
uncover from right here. So you can hold on to that until you get deeper into the area.
Great. I think we approach the door.
Yeah. It is a cellar door with a padlock on it.
Should I MILF through it is the question.
Yeah. Fucking send it.
I would like to I would like to use magic, but specifically in pulling out some sort of kind of like universal acid solventy kind of thing to just dissolve this lock.
Yeah, that would just be like doing a harm. Roll use magic for me.
Oh, great. 7. So got slid it in there.
All right. On a 7, you get an effect and a glitch. I'm going to say short duration and weakened wouldn't really make sense here. So the other 3 glitches are very much available to you.
Let's do... Oh, I'll absolutely just burn myself. I think that seems that's pretty on brand. Just be like, I was literally cupping the lock in my hand and pouring the acid over it and pulled it back just a little too slow. Nope, it's fine. I have experienced that and have learned accordingly.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're able to pull open the doors to this cellar, and it is just stone steps leading down into darkness.
Well, ominous. Let's go. Insert Foley work of feet on stone.
Stairs. I'm going to relay all
doing
this
a stone stepping
over the walkie-talkie
routine
as we go.
Wonderful. As that happens, let's move back to Selina and Ari. Selina and Ari, you've been left on the front lawn.
Well, my headache instantly cleared up.
Ruthless.
Yeah, I just want to peek up at the various windows and like the lights and just see what the situation looks like before we walk in the door.
Read a bad one.
Oh, good.
That is sharp. 10.
Wonderful. So you get 3 hold as well.
Just realized I don't have... Let me open this other PDF so I actually have the questions in
front
of me.
I also did not have the basic moves in front of me. You would think we'd have them memorized, but...
Yeah.
I have them in front of me, and I could never find the tab, and even then was like, all right, how do I read this?
Oh, don't worry. I was looking for alt weird moves earlier, and I was like under the keeper's reference for it. I was like, oh, that's why I'm not finding this at all.
Okay. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Beautiful.
I had assumed because there was a roll, but
yeah. So as you look up at this castle, in the midst of the twilight hour, you see all of the windows are dark. There are no lights
on in this building because it's been closed down recently. That gives you immediate notice of the sets of lights reflected that in the windows that you do see. So many just small pinpricks of lights just barely reflecting out for you to pick up on, and you get that smell, that stench of magic here. And you realize that all of those little itty bitty pieces of light are all eyes that are watching you. And then you see them one by one start to clip away.
What's my best way in?
I hate to say that it's the front door, but it is the front door.
What's most vulnerable to me?
You can see from the state of like the building and knowing that it's under repairs, especially once you are inside of it, that this building is very, very old and needs structural repair. So the building itself is very much vulnerable to damage here, to the point that if too many things happen, this whole building might come down.
Acid.
Okay. Yeah, as we move towards the front door, Ari, I don't want to get your dander up or anything, but I just saw what seemed like a couple hundred eyes up in the windows above looking down at us. And I think they all kind of belong to maybe the same thing, was the impression I got. And this building, it's kind of being held together with duct tape and a prayer, so we do too much to it, I think it's going to come down around us.
I do think I would rather one monster with a lot of eyes than a lot of monsters.
Yeah, that's fair, I suppose.
Well, at least they know we're here, I suppose. We don't have to cloak and dagger this door open.
Yeah, hopefully if they're watching us, that means they're not paying any attention to Jerry and Etris around back.
We might should, let me just... Etris, I'm getting your accent. Excuse me, Etris. If you...
It's contagious, I'm telling you. Once you start, you're gonna
be
love
very
it.
careful with your explosives and your solvents and the like. This structure is not very well put together. Over and out. Bye now.
Jarbo Man and Etris reading you loud and clear.
Okay, I turn off the microphone.
What they say? What they say? They say
something about explosives.
They need some? All right, well, I'll get mixing. We'll have it ready.
Selina, would you like to take care of the front door?
Yeah, I will go over and put my hand on it and just, not even slowly open, just open it up and take a look around.
Yeah, I mean, you see the opening parlor of this building, nice marble floors, kind of layered in dust. You see a lot of like lattices and ladders covered with that like plastic that you see, those plastic sheets, to try and like mitigate dust getting around as the walls and the support beams of this building are kind of being worked on and renovated in this process.
Shark Hand Joe?
This looks a little bit like a murder room. I don't like this.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking of it like protecting from dust, but this is like a Dexter room.
Hello?
I just love that Selina's seen Dexter. Yeah, you hear your voice just kind of echo off the solid stone walls of these chambers.
Well, I suppose we should look around. Are there any footprints in the accumulated dust? Shark prints.
Shark prints in this dust. Yeah, roll in investigate.
I'd love to.
Yeah, investigate a mystery.
8 on the dice, plus 2 is a 10. One of these days.
Tight.
What is being concealed here?
Okay. Yeah, you see, because there had been some dust that had covered the floor of this building, had laid abandoned for a little while, and then like the sawdust and things like that from the reconstruction and the renovation projects. You can see a fair amount of what look like pad prints,
paw prints.
Interesting.
Places where one side is like a lizard, and then the other is like almost like a cat or a dog's paw print.
Like on the same pair of
they-
legs.
Yeah, but it seems to be on the same stride. And then a few boot prints wandering through here. It seems to be 2 different sets.
Selina, have you
And-
ever heard of like a were chimera?
No, I'll be frank. I was thinking like some kind of I don't know, like a land shark or something, but that's not quite right either. Or like a land lizard. Well, I guess all lizards are land lizards.
I think there's a few other lizards. I'm no expert. Where did this strange set of footprints go? I'm less worried about the boots and more worried about the lizard cat.
Yeah, you can see that these things have scampered about, made their home here. And so you can see one set of prints that just goes up to a wall and then stops. As you like continue to scan up and try and follow like the natural progression, you see some claw marks in the wall. And as you look up, you see a pair of glowing eyes looking down at you. And I would like for you to roll plus cool.
Very good. Just a flat cool.
Yep, this is a custom move.
Oh, good. Flat is a 7.
All right. So you briefly caught its eye, but you started to feel this effect start to take place on you, where you were entranced by this thing, and you felt your joints start to stiffen and lock you in place. But you are Ari Green. You have seen more fights than most people ever will in their entire life. And you know that this is the effect of a basilisk, and you should look away. You're going to take -1 forward on the next thing that you do, but you were not frozen fully in place. And Selina, I think that you hear this scuffle start behind you, because this creature is now jumping down and about to pounce on Ari.
Yeah, I want to pivot and try to push Ari out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say that would be a protect someone. I don't know if it's the same way for everyone else playing this game, but I feel like protect someone is the move that gets rolled the least out of any of them, for sure.
7.
Okay, you're going to protect them, all right, but you're going to suffer some or all of the harm that they're going to get. Yeah, so you run over and you push Ari down out of the way as this thing jumps on top of you, and it's going to sink a claw into you for 2 harm, just sinking it right into your... I'm imagining you kind of pushing him over and it landing on your back, just sinking it into your back shoulder.
Okay.
Selina, do not lock eyes with it.
Noted. And I'll close my eyes and actually just kind of open my mouth a little wider and just taking in its presence through the taste of the magic coming off of it.
Oh, that's both disturbing and fascinating.
Beautiful thing.
Interesting. Yeah, this thing drops down on top of
Selina.
It drops down on top of you, Selina, and Ari. You're able to get a full, good glimpse at what this thing looks like. You see a rack of deer antlers on top of its head, and one side of its face is more lizard-like, on this long snout, and the front part of its hind legs are these deep red lizard claws, and its back is the back of a jackrabbit, essentially.
Dang.